Hey folks, how's it going this afternoon? Jerry here with a good video here, and you're going to say, oh no Jerry, here you go again with Allister Crowley. Well folks, I'm going to tell you something. One of the biggest deceptions that the devil has in the day that we live in right now is the fact that this man right here can be completely X'd out of the equation for being the beast. He can be X'd out of the equation for being responsible for a lot of the things that are going on that's leading up to the Great Tribulation period. And the deception is this, okay? The deception that you're getting in this is this man died in 1947. And there's absolutely no way that anything that he does right now is prudent or it's relative to anything that could be going on, Jerry, because he's dead, he's in the ground. But guys, I'm telling you right now that you are looking at this thing with a carnal mind. You're looking at it with a mind that has limitations put on it of a fleshly source, of a limited source of what we think is possible and not possible. And this absolutely is not the truth. It's not the truth any whatsoever. This man is the one, his plans is the one that's going to bring about the Great Tribulation period. And what I'm going to do this afternoon, I'm going to show you some things that I know, and I'm going to break it down on why I think what I think. And I know you guys have seen some of my videos before, and you're saying, well, this film was made back in 1970, or this film was made back in the 1980s or 90s, Jerry. How can it have a man in it that's dead? We just don't understand you, Jerry. Why? Well, that's what we're going to address this afternoon, okay? Now, have you noticed that whenever that you go to try to find something on the internet now, the King James Version is always way down at the bottom, guys, and they got all this American Standard Bible and this Bible and that Bible. When in reality, folks, the only Bible that is authorized for you to look at is the King James Version. And I've told you about that before, that the authorized Bible was translated by a king author. And it was distributed by King James. And it is the King James Version, and actually that enforces the whole King James Version situation. Because it's the only authorized Bible, folks. All the other Bibles are unauthorized because they were never approved by king author. So that enforces the whole idea that the King James Version is actually the only Bible that you should be looking at. Now this is all my opinion, folks. It's all very profound stuff. And he shall speak great words against the Most High, and shall swear out the saints of the Most High, and think to change times and law. And they shall be given into his hand until the times, and the dividing of time. Now, what does this say that has a great amount of emphasis when it comes to Allister Crowley? Well, I'm going to tell you what it is. It's this thing to change times and laws. Well, law is the Bible, folks, and as you can clearly see with all this other garbage that you've got on the on here about the Jubilee Bible and the Hebrew Bible version and the God's Word Translation Bible and the Good News Translation. He's already looking to change the law. This is apparent. And look how far down the line the King James Version is. Look at this, guys. Even this trashy New International Version is even ahead of it. Look at this. Look at this. This is your changing of the law. Okay? Look at this, folks. Look at that. And so it's the beginning of the changing of the law. Now this dividing of times that we're talking about and the changing of times that will be given into his hand, this is a profound concept. And the reason why that it's such a profound concept is because it is a concept that it actually interferes with the laws of death and life here in the end times that could possibly cause Crowley to still be alive today, folks. And I know you're going to say, Jerry, now where in the world are you coming up with this? Have you got any evidence on this? Well, yes, I do, guys. And that's what we're going to take a look at right now.
Hey, Doc, are you telling me that you built a time machine? Out of a DeLorean?
The way I see it, if you're gonna build a time machine into a car, why not do it with some style? Besides, the stainless steel construction made the flux dispersal. Look out!
Is it hot?
It's cold, damn cold. Einstein, you little dog! Einstein's clock is exactly 1 minute behind mine. It's still ticking.
He's all right.
He's fine, and he's completely unaware that anything happened. As far as he's concerned, the trip was instantaneous. That's why his watch is exactly 1 minute behind mine. He skipped over that minute to instantly arrive at this moment in time. Come here. I'll show you how it works. All right.
There's something I want you to pay attention to here, folks.
First, you turn the time circuits on. This readout tells you where you're going, this one tells you where you are, this one tells you where you were. You input your destination time on this keypad. Say you want to see the sign of the Declaration of Independence. Or witness the birth of Christ. Here's the red letter date in the history of science, November 5th, 1955. Yes, of course, November 5th, 1955.
I don't get what happened.
It's Crowley, folks.
That was the day I invented time travel.
Yeah, it is.
I remember it vividly. I was standing on the edge of my toilet hanging a clock. The
It's
portal
Crowley.
was wet. I slipped, hit my head on the edge of the sink, and when I came to, I had a revelation.
Yeah, you sure did, didn't you?
A picture in my head. A picture of this. This is what makes time travel possible.
Now, this is where I'm going to stop this at, folks. You've seen this flux capacitor, okay? And this flux capacitor, hang on.
Flux capacitor.
Flux capacitor.
It's taken me almost 30 years of my entire family fortune to realize the vision of that day. My God, has it been that long?
Yeah, it's been that long, Allister Crowley. That flux capacitor you've seen, folks, which I think this is Crowley right here. He's just a real old man. I really do, guys. I'm not kidding. Now I'm going to show you something here. Okay, so here is this picture of the flux capacitor, okay? And I'm going to show you something, guys, that a lot of you have not noticed. The demon Lam that possesses Crowley, okay? If you will notice, let me straighten this out a little bit, guys, so we can get a little bit. You guys know I don't have nothing to work with. I love you all, and I like doing this with you. I like my small crowd, and I don't want to cause a lot of attention, so I'm happy with who I have. That's right. I don't want to get thousands of subscribers, because if I do, I'll end up like Bob off the hour. Maybe they won't notice me if I keep a small group. But if you notice, right here's the flux capacitor. This is on the demon Lam. It's inscribed in him, and you may say, well, Jerry, that looks like a piece of, like a cape he has. Well, that's intended in your eyes to see that, but if you notice, here is the flux capacitor on the demon Lam. See it? Now, also a more profound concept that I want you to take a look at is this. Hang on. That's something else I was looking into. This Cyberdyne Systems, that is, this was the Cyberdyne Systems that was actually in the movie The Terminator. And if you will notice, if you go to the internet and you look at the different parts of the Cyberdyne system, it has this pyramid now for Cyberdyne Systems. It has it divided up, and if you notice, this division is the perfect creation of the flux capacitor. This is an example right here, guys, and these are the eyes that God has given me in these last days, and Mrs. K, you have those eyes too. What you showed me the other day was unreal. About the whole thing out in the front yard and the witches, remember? Yeah. But as these different parts right here go shady, like with the Cyberdyne Systems creation that they have here, I can't help but think, folks, that that's different parts of an age, a creation of an age. If you see that. See this? Look at this. You got some of them shaded out. And this is all time and dividings of time, folks. There's no doubt whatsoever. This actually exists. And I'm going to tell you something else, guys, about this. There's two profound things I want to bring to your attention very quickly, because I don't want to take up a whole lot of time. Number one, the sound of this is exactly what I heard in Umatilla, Florida. And number two, well, let's just go to that first, and then I'll get to that. Let's just go first to the Terminator and the sound that you hear. This is exactly what I heard in Umatilla. The deep sound that you hear here, guys, is exactly how it sounded in Umatilla. Hang on, folks.
On March 16th.
We have quietened that down, folks, in the days that we live in. It used to be really loud. It's not there no more. Not like it was. Hear that? You hear that? That used to be more profound than what it is now. Hear that? That was what I heard in Umatilla, guys. But they've quietened that down a lot on that movie. It used to be more profound. They've quietened it down. Boy, I'll tell you what, they have changed that on the internet. I didn't even realize it. They have really calmed that echo noise down what they used to have on that movie, folks. I know they do. And it's just something how they're changing things on the internet to try to hide this stuff now. They know that some of us are catching on to it. This tower that I'm going to show you, you'll have to go to God, Guns, and Trucks, my very first channel that I ever made. You'll get actually a chance to see who I am, because I'm on there. I may show myself again one day, I don't know. But you'll get a chance to see the Master Controller Tower. And this tower, guys, is very, very close to where Umatilla is. This is where all this experimentation is being done with this system, folks. It's where all of it's being done. You can see the pyramids at the top. It's turned sideways. And look at this big thing here. I have no idea. It looks like a laser. But I get the feeling that it's a sound magnifier is what it is. That's putting off that very noise that I heard down there. And so, it's a profound concept. Now you're going to say, Jerry, where does Crowley tie into all this? Well, I'm going to show you, folks, where Crowley ties into this. Where does he tie into it? Well, I'll tell you where he ties into it. He ties into it because he actually writes about it. I have actually sit guys and watched him actually write word for word. And some of it I have to see it with spiritual eyes. The days that we live in, what is happening. And this is a 5G tower, folks. This is a book wrote back in the 1940s. You see the king's crown at the top? For the aristocracy, the rule of the aristocracy, the sword right there representing the tower. It's all his plan, guys. It's all his plan. Every bit of this stuff going on right now with these towers and the old jabberoo with the nanotechnology in it, it's all him. Okay? And I've read it word for word. I'm going to tell you what the Great Tribulation period is, okay, in his writings. It's the incomplete book of the fish. And that incomplete book of the fish is like a writing that's in the making, but it's not complete, and he said it was to be completed through action and not through words. It's the Great Tribulation period, folks. The fish that he's talking about in the fish of the incomplete book, that's the fish is in the Pisces, is in the Christians. Killing of the Christians, folks. In the camps, just like that you're seeing being built right now, the Walmarts, okay? I'm telling you the truth. They're showing it in plain sight, and I try to tell people these things, and they won't listen. Now let me show you a picture that Crowley has in this thing, okay? Look at this, guys. This is his plan for the great age of Horus to come, okay? Kind of looks like the tower there in the Lord of the Rings there where Sauron sees all, don't it? They depict this stuff in plain sight, folks, in Hollywood, and nobody sees it. You can see Crowley at the bottom communicating it over to the left, and look at the tower. It's all his plan for the beast system, folks, to be set up. This is a 5G tower. It's what you're looking at, okay? It's what you're looking at. And here's the book of the fish from the LibraL.com. Remember the Libra that I showed you the other day there? With the scales in it? It all ties in together, folks. The method is science for the aim of religion. Don't have religion. Have Jesus Christ in your life, folks. I don't have religion in mine. I have the Maker. And it comes from Nashville. The serpent at the great ash tree of Ville, Tennessee. Yeah. But there's his plan for the Christians. The Great Tribulation period. That's the Great Tribulation period, and that's the spell that he puts on it at the foot of the ash tree. And that gives it away for the aristocracy being involved in it, folks. Just like I've tried to tell you about Prince William and them, the fish. Look at the crown on top of the head. The Viking kings. And so as you can see, guys, for those of us who has the eyes to see, this is his plan. It's his plan, okay? Look at this. It's his plan, folks. The giant's thumb. Yeah, it's going to be the return of the Nephilim giant, all right, in the end times. But it's not what you guys think. Now, Chaplain Bob, he disagrees with me on this, and that's all right that he does. Sometimes people disagree on things. He thinks it's going to be the actual return of the giants. As in giants that are big giants that are 30 feet tall or whatever. I see no proof of any of that, folks, but I see plenty of other giants like Jared Kushner and Bill Gates and so forth. This is the return of the giants of the mind, folks. The giants of the mind is what this is. And it's all his plan, folks, from the Book of the Lies to the giant's thumb to the fish. Sure is. Now, let me show you something here. Now, if you are willing to have a phone that has the sensor on it that I have, of the electromagnetic energy app that's on there, you will see that when you are around no other devices that can influence this, out in the open, okay, even out into most woodland areas, you're going to get an EMF detection of 47. Now, if you can't get a... Hey folks, how's it going this afternoon? Jerry here.
Well, gotta reset this, guys. Hang on. Hang on. I gotta go to the next frame. Hang tight.
Detection. This is going to go to a lower frequency. But this is the frequency that's giving you most of this internet and most of what's going on. And guys, I have measured this in Ohio, I have measured this in Mississippi, I have measured this in Florida, I have measured it in Virginia. This is the common frequency, this frequency 47, that is being put out by these towers. Okay? Now I'm going to show you a profound concept that has come to mind with me, and it's so profound, guys, that I can't even explain it myself, okay? Some of these concepts, guys, are going to start getting very profound, and you may say, Jerry, explain this. Some of it I can't even explain. If you take the pyramid, okay, which is the same thing as the seal of God, which is supposed to be on the back of your $1 bill, but that's the ascended being. This is frequency, this is the number 7. And then if you take the upside down triangle, this is representative of 4. And this actually makes, even though he's hijacked it for the time being, I'm talking about Satan, this makes the Star of David. And this Star of David, folks, or this star, which I think has just been hijacked by Satan, is not actually Satan, it's the number 74. 74 is what that comes to, okay? Now I'm just showing you what God has showed me, okay? Now, I know once again this is going to be a profound concept, and this too, there's even one of these on the internet, even with YouTube. This is the God frequency, folks, is what this is actually. Frequency 74 is the God frequency. It's the frequency of the Liber harp of King David that soothes Saul. Now, I know this is all very profound, what I'm trying to tell you here. And guys, if you want me to explain all of it, I can't even explain it. I'm just trying to show you what God has showed me, okay? But I'm going to let you listen to just a little bit of the frequency 74. Everything, folks, everything on this earth, everything in this heavens that we have, it's all sound frequencies, okay? It's all sound frequencies. This is frequency 47. Are you ready? Here it is. You're going to say, Jerry, I don't hear anything. Jerry, I don't hear anything. Well, folks, listen. That is exactly the point. See, look up here. Just so you know I'm not lying. Look at that, I paused it. I know I was playing it now. You can't even tell the difference. Look at this. I'm going to put it up next to the back of the phone. Jerry, I can't hear nothing. That's the point, folks. You're not hearing anything. That's why the frequency 47 is coming off the towers. And listen, that's also, let me explain this. That's also why it's a damaging thing, because frequency 74, Satan inverts everything. So if you invert 74, you have what? 47. 47. Now this 74 is the, somehow folks, this 47, this whole frequency, this whole entire setup somehow, it's the ancient ascended knowledge of Tubal-Cain. And it's a perversion of the Liber harp of King David. Actually, Chaplain Bob Walker even was the one that told me that he thought that it had to do with Tubal-Cain. And he's right, guys. Me and Bob have really come up with some things before that is really profound, guys, and Bob's good at this kind of thing, too. He just doesn't show you guys as much as I do because he wants to keep a platform of, well, you know, he don't want to feed solid food too much. He wants to just feed milk to babes somewhat. And it's not that he's not telling you the truth. It's just he's being a little easy with you guys. But he really thinks that this is the ascended knowledge of Tubal-Cain, and so do I. King Nebuchadnezzar, folks, when everybody was to bow down to the bull in ancient Babylon, well, there was a lot more to this, guys, than just ordering everybody to kneel to the ground voluntarily whenever that all the different sounds and so forth come along. I get the feeling these people were forced to do that. And there's something about this ancient ascended knowledge in Mystery Babylon that caused this, folks. And that very spirit today is at work also. I'm telling you it is. That very spirit we're talking about, it's at work in today's world. And I'm going to tie that in here in a little bit with the nanotechnology and the old jabberoo. You know what I'm talking about. People says that the magnet is going to the, you can put a magnet on somebody's skin and it'll actually attach itself. Well, are you sure, guys, that this is not a situation when it all comes down to it and it all boils down to what's going on, that you can be controlled internally by a frequency in the air? And this is what I believe, folks. I really do. Kind of like remote controlling a toy in the running around on the carpet with a controller. There you got the controller in your hand and the toy's going around in the it's the same thing. What does it say in the book of Revelations, folks? And I'm not going to look it up. You can look it up for yourself. That there will be no rest for those who take the mark of the beast. They will worship the beast night and day with no rest. Are you sure that's not by choice? Are you sure that's not by somebody watching those people do that? I say that it's being forced upon them through nanotechnology in their body. It's a profound concept. But I really believe what I'm saying is true. I really do. The right frequency is going to hit these towers, and it's going to bring about the pale horse of death. And those who are left are going to be worshiping the beast night and day. I'm just simply telling you what that I have been shown by God, okay? Now, do you guys remember when I was talking at one point in time about the old AS-33 being in the old jabberoo, the old stick in the woods? And I was talking about the different salts that was being put into that that equation. There's 5 different salts that's supposed to be inactive ingredients. And if you also remember, I told you that neptunium was also in that, which is neptunium is 93, and oddly enough, that is the number of thelema, 93, of Allister Crowley, folks. All those numbers, 33 of AS33, 93 of thelema, it all matches up. Every bit of it does. It's all numbers, it's all geometria, they love that stuff. So these salts could be put into a salt shaker, right? And now listen. When you watch this video, this is the Great Renaissance Experiment. I want you to notice to what number they turn the knob to on this metal plate in order to make this do what it does. And then they're going to put the salts on it. Now, Bob was the one that showed me this initially, so I want to give Bob credit for it. I told him what I was looking for, and he said, I want to show you something, Jerry. And he showed me this, guys, and it is really something that just ties into all this, man. It's amazing. Watch. Secrets of Energy and Frequency of Nicholas Tesla. Watch this, guys. There's the salt. Metal plate of a tone generator. The pitch of the tone increased with the patterns formed more complex. Watch this. 47. See the salt? Let me ask you a question, folks. What do you think about that now? Isn't that something? And I can't make this kind of thing up, guys. Look at how all this fell into place. I tried to tell you before, and I will tell you again. God is going to give Brother Jerry the knowledge, folks. He's going to give Brother Jerry the knowledge. And all these people that's wanting you to participate in this whole thing, you see what's going on. You see now what they can do. They can manipulate what is inside your body, what they're putting inside your body with these frequencies straight off these things, which, by the way, are everywhere now. There's no escaping it, folks. It's a prison. They've made a frequency prison of this world, is what they've done. It's what they've done. And I know what they're up to, guys. The same people that's trying to persuade you into doing these things are the same people that owns all the media. They own everything. They even own this now, YouTube. You may not even see this. I know what's going on, folks, and the deception is so massive that there's no boundaries to it. But God's going to give Brother Jerry the knowledge, folks. He's going to give me the knowledge, and he's already gave me the knowledge. If people would just listen. I guess I'll end up getting 10 views for this. You know, a woman can get on YouTube and brush her hair a little bit and say she likes a hairbrush and get 5,000 views out of it, but I can put this on her and get 10 views, okay? So that's their way of getting rid of me. If you're seeing this, you're lucky. I'll tell you that. Because it's not a fair platform. It's not. Now, hang tight here.
It's important to understand what the 5G is doing and what they say it's doing. We're told on the IEEE beamforming document that this technology cooked your eyes like eggs in World War II. And you all need to understand these are military weapons. These are assault frequencies. If you garner nothing more than that, that's what you need to know. It's microwave radiation warfare is what this is.
Please join me in welcoming to the National Press Club, Federal Communications.
Now, I want to show you something that, real quick, that this guy from the Royal Navy has to say about these low frequencies like frequency 47, okay?
Well, I joined the Royal Navy in 1960, and I specialised in microwave warfare. Radar, obviously, which uses microwave, but they don't just teach you radar, they teach you all about microwaves and other uses. So I understood about microwave warfare and how it can damage people, how it can harm people. Microwaves then were used as weapons, as they are today. It is a perfect stealth weapon, and when governments don't like a group of people, for instance, the ladies who protest at Greenham Common in England about the American missile base they camped, they were microwaved. We microwaved Catholics in Northern Ireland to make them sick. It goes on all over the world, and it's a weapon that you don't know you're being targeted because the dose is very, very low, which is actually more dangerous than a high dose. It's very, very low, and it may take a year or two, but you can cause neurological damage and cancers with low-level microwaves, and you can make all your opponents sick. It's a perfect weapon for a government.
You just heard that, didn't you, guys? What he said? He just got through telling you that the frequencies are so low, they're not detectable, just like I showed you a moment ago. And he just got through telling you that within a year or two, you're sick. It's hard telling what they're doing, folks. Between this nanotechnology that's going in the old jabberoo, you know what I'm talking about, and this stuff. It's all a ploy, folks. You don't turn around 5 years ago and say that you want to depopulate the earth. Now all of a sudden you want to save humanity. I'm sorry, folks, it doesn't work that way, okay? And for those who think that's the way it works, I'm sorry for your stupidity. I'm sorry you're going to die stupid, okay? I'm serious, guys. I don't want to make this video too awful lengthy. It'll take forever to download, and I've got one more little thing to show you, and we'll continue this discussion on with this, guys. I'm just simply showing you what that I have been shown by God, okay?
Better, more reliable internet. That's the promise of 5G technology, but there is also the peril. Health hazards associated with radio frequency that is higher also and requires more
detection.
Okay, folks, had to go to a different frame there. Here, we'll continue.
transmitters and in antennas.
The film you're about to see has no characters. If you spare a little of your imagination, it is a film to describe to you the effect of cymatic frequencies on matter.
Better learn who the Prince of the Power of the Air is, folks. You better be learning quick. Get that off right there. See there? David's was the correct way, Solomon's was the wrong way, guys.
Everything owes its existence solely and completely to sound. Tells you that they know the details of what 5G is going to become. Run the other way.
Now, folks, I know that I'm not the best at making these videos, okay? I'm not trying to be another Nicholson 1968. I'm not trying to be this or that. What I'm trying to do is create a conversation platform for some of you guys that follow me, that we can really talk about these things and talk about these profound concepts without a lot of razzmatazz, but just a video that we have a good discussion with. And I think I can at least do that, okay? The constellation of the Corona Borealis is the 88th constellation, just like, what did I tell you, 88 miles per hour in the Back to the Future? Yeah, 88 miles per hour, yeah. And the flux capacitor. Crowley's not dead, folks. He's not dead. And he is the inventor of what I showed you a moment ago. I am certain of it, guys. This is the reason why nobody can figure out who the real beast is. He is the true beast in Revelations, guys. And it's his plan. Every bit of it is a plan for world control of the aristocracy. The first beast and the second beast causeth all to worship that first beast. This 5G plan is all that causeth all to worship the first beast. God showed me a couple of years ago that the fifth and final age, the Messianic age, would be coming in soon. And he showed me about the time that March rolled around and the time that I told you I thought Jesus' birthday was in the spring equinox. And he also showed me this would be the constellation that could be coming in with that 88th, that fifth and final age. And what do they call it, folks? Take a look at it. This was 2 years ago when God showed me these things, okay? You can't make this stuff up, guys. It's impossible. But thank you for watching my video. We're going to continue on with this some more, okay?
Folks, let me put it this way. Hold on 1 second. I got one more thing that I want to add to this without making it too lengthy, but I already have, really. Remember that we had talked there just a moment ago, guys, about 74 and 47 and the concept of that behind all that. And what all that it means. Trying to see, yeah, I'm running here. What these Nephilim want to do is they want to cause a flood in mankind. That's what they want to do. God had water come down through the air and formed water on the ground. They want air to come through. They want these frequencies to come through the air into the water, which is your body. 74, 47. Air to water, water to air. It's a flood, guys, is all it is. And when they sucker enough people into this whole thing they're trying to sucker them into right now, you know what I'm talking about. They're going to turn the right frequency on and boom. The black horse with the scales in his hand, the tribe of Dan, will become the white pale horse of death, and you will see that death and destruction everywhere. I have no doubt, folks. This is all very profound stuff. I know it's very profound. It's hard to understand. It's hard for me to understand. If you take a look at Allister Crowley's The Book of the Lies, go take a look at that one. And take a look at how the Liber harp looked in the days of King David. And you will see at the top of the pillars that's on the Book of Lies, if you'll go to the one that has the pillars on it, you will see the collapsed Liber harps of King David. It just doesn't show the strings. It's like they're collapsed on top of the pillars. May do a video on that one day. But just look at it for yourself. It's on the Book of the Lies. Thank you for watching my video, folks. I think I'll get maybe 8 views out of this. You know, maybe. It's a fair platform at YouTube, isn't it? Yeah, right. Thank you.